Battlefield 1 Scout class is extra deadly because of the controversial sweet spot mechanic, and I also have some controversial opinions on which Scout guns are good and bad. Plus, there's a ridiculous Scout glitch gun to cover, which is wild. Let's rank them all. We kick off with the Russian 1895, trench, sniper, and infantry variants available because, as ever, we are ranking the guns with all variants considered for their tier. I like this one. This was my favorite sniper when I was first learning to snipe on this game. Very solid overall stats for versatile Scout play. I love the sniper variant specifically. The infantry variant appeals to me a little, and the trench I'm actually not a fan of. So overall, it goes into A, which is a very good start. If you're enjoying this, I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing to this awesome community, and I'll get you loads of videos as we head through to Battlefield 6 to keep you on top of your game. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the Gewehr 98, and this is where I cause some people to freak out nice and early because I don't like this gun at all, and a lot of people love it. We have marksman, sniper, and infantry variants. So the sniper I get, as it's a longer range fast projectile option. The infantry I really don't like because I find the sights to be bad, which is totally personal preference, and the marksman I just feel the sweet spot doesn't fit that sight and I'd rather use the sniper variant. Therefore overall it gets a D, and honestly I understand if you rage out about this in the comments. Let me know. Onwards to the SMLE Mark III, excellent Scout gun for versatile running and gunning that trends towards the closer range. Marksman, carbine, and infantry variants, all of those options make sense for what the gun is good at. I don't really like the infantry as those sights bother me. Again, I'm very specific about sights, but the marksman is great and the carbine is fantastic. The infantry variant isn't enough to drag this down for me, so I put the SMLE straight into the S tier, and it's a very popular gun, as proof of how powerful it can be. Now there is also a gun I was going to include on its own, but it's actually just a skin for the SMLE infantry. It's the Lawrence of Arabia's SMLE, which is treated as a separate weapon, and on its own I would have given it a C, but it feels like a waste having it alone, so it gets lucky and gets included in these S tier options overall. Next, the Gewehr M95, marksman, carbine, and infantry variants. It's a fun gun and it's good at what it does, but it's one of those Scout guns that don't have a sweet spot. So whilst it can fire quickly and is nice and snappy, I just don't rate those all that highly on this game when you can just pick a gun that has the capacity to one-shot kill to the chest at certain ranges. So this one can net you lots of assist counts as kills, but it's not enough to bump it up for me, so I slide this one right into the C tier as a middle of the pack option that can still be enjoyable to use. On to the M1903, marksman, sniper, and experimental variants. Now I don't do a huge amount of long range sniping, partially because it's not my style, and partially because I'm on console, and a mouse would be a bit better for that long range precision, so I'm not going to rate this gun as highly as some would, and I also think the marksman variant is a bit redundant when you're going for longer range stuff. But some bonus points for the experimental variant, which can utilize a sweet spot but can also utilize a different fire mode for rapid fire semi-auto play for very aggressive Scout stuff. Worth a go. I'll give it a solid C grade. Honestly, the Scout class in this game has some really good options, so C grade's still pretty good. Now I'm trying to produce more videos like this, which I hope you're enjoying, and in order to do that I need to not be streaming almost every day, which I do currently here on YouTube. So I have a Patreon in the description if you want to support for that, for more videos. Lowest tiers like £5 or dollars a month, and I'll soon have some build guide cheat sheets for BF6 and other stuff on there as well to help you perform in that game. Your choice, no pressure. Thank you very much anyone that signs up. It all helps. Next up, the iconic Martini-Henry. Big point here, I used to enjoy this gun so much it was an S tier, but as time has gone on and after a much needed aim assist nerf on BF1 for console, which made the gun way too good, it's fallen down for me a little for that close range Scout play. That being said, it's still the one bang king for close range and satisfying kills on Scout. The sniper variant is more for fun than efficiency, but it's not totally useless. I'll give the Martini a well-deserved A tier grade, and it's no doubt still some players' favourite option. On to the Lebel next, and I'd probably rate this higher than most players. It's got an infantry and a sniper variant, and this is often my go-to gun for Scout. I love how it feels and sounds, the sweet spot is super useful for how I play, and it just feels snappy. It's the long reload animation though that puts a lot of people off. Now I'm used to doing a reload cancel by double tapping Y to try to avoid some of that delayed feeling from from the long animation. Obviously this isn't the norm for everyone, so let's make a compromise and we'll put it in the A tier. Pleasure doing business with you all. Now we have the Mosin-Nagant or Mosin-Nagant, not sure, M91 Infantry, M91 Marksman and M38 Carbine variants. This is a weird one for me. I like this gun, but I almost never decide to actually use it. Any of you have a weapon like that? It's like a perfectly serviceable option, and I do enjoy it. There just never seems to be the right moment to pick it over something else. But I think it's a little above average, at least for me, so the only sensible choice is to stick it into the B tier, and maybe I'll use it a bit more in future. Vitali up next, and although it sounds like a highly respected Italian gentleman, it's not very popular. Infantry and carbine variants, I think I can just sum this up as an option that causes most people to say, why not just use the Martini-Henry? Slow bullet velocity and just kinda clunky. However, I don't hate it. I have had a little bit of fun and success with it, but would I choose to use it regularly? No. I'll throw it into the D tier where I'm sure many feel it belongs, but I would like to hear from anyone that likes this gun as to why you like it. Could be interesting. On to the Type 38 Arisaka. I love this thing. Infantry and patrol variants. Firstly, it just looks beautiful. Secondly, it actually edges out the Martini for me when it comes to aggressive scout play. It's not quite as hard a hitter as the Martini, but it is designed for close range play, whilst also seemingly is more versatile and more forgiving than the Martini. I genuinely love this thing, just not quite enough to give it an S tier rank. So it goes into the A tier, a genuinely beautiful scout weapon. Onwards, we have the Carcano or Carcano. Can't remember how it's pronounced and couldn't find confirmation online, so someone please do let me know in the comments. It has carbine and patrol carbine variants, and I just find this a strange one. The infantry variant can chamber the next round whilst aiming down sights, but the patrol carbine can't, which kind of takes away one of the main selling points of the gun. Aside from that, it's another option without a sweet spot, and I'm just not a huge fan of those, as I said earlier. That being said, it does allow for very aggressive play, and it looks like it can be crazy for a mouse and keyboard player who bangs off headshots all the time and such. But from my experience, it gets a C, using a controller of course. But I do think quite fondly of this one for some reason. Next up, we have the Ross Mark III Infantry and Marksman variants, and I really like this one. Both variants suit the sweet spot range. The sights on the infantry variant are nice and clear for me. It's quick, snappy and versatile, very satisfying sound, and it's nice to look at. Big fan of this one, and yet I don't see it used very much considering how much I like it, which surprises me. So I'll throw this one right into the A tier, pretty close to an S. Give the Ross a go if you haven't done before, you might enjoy it. On we go to the M1917 Enfield, infantry and silenced variants. Now I honestly really like the silenced variant. It's fun, it's somewhat unique, it feels good to use, and it's for sure very effective. But I can't stand the infantry. I honestly can't see what I'm aiming at with this thing when looking down sights. It's damn near pure guesswork for me. Maybe not for you, but definitely for me. This is probably my most disliked gun in the game, which might be baffling for some of you, but I dislike it so much, and despite how much I do honestly enjoy the silence variant, this one goes into the F tier, and I regret nothing at all. And now we come to the glitch gun. Here's a short I made on it a while ago on what it is and how you get it.
Battlefield 1 had a secret glitch gun. In fact, it's not even a primary weapon as such. It's some weird, incomplete gun model that sits in the gadget slot. So how do you get it? Well, I used the BF1 app on my phone many years ago to deselect any primary weapons on the Scout class, and picked the K-bullets for my gadget. So now when I try to use the K-bullets without a primary weapon, I get this glitched gun model with no iron sight that only fires K-bullets. It's awful, obviously, but fun, kind of. Unfortunately, I don't think the BF1 app even exists anymore, so if you know another way to create this glitch, let me know so people can replicate it.
So obviously this goes into the F tier, but it's kinda cool and different. And boom, now check out the support, medic and assault tier lists I've already done. Subscribe if you forgot to earlier, it'd be great to add you for more videos on Battlefield. And thanks to anyone that signed up for the Patreon, of course, you're helping me out massively. YouTube is now recommending another video of mine to you right now. See you soon.